Alright, welcome back to more Iowa Audio Review. I'm Jesse, and it's been a couple weeks, but finally got the replacement squawkers, and really only needed one, far as I know. So when I tested the other one, I think they all tested fine. And this one, I just had one bad one. So, put the two new ones in, but unfortunately, the previous person that had these, for some reason, maybe they were already broken off because those look kind of corroded in there, but yeah, this cup goes over the top. It's usually in there, inside there like that with the cup over it. This just provides some dampening inside this plastic cup. And the reason it has the plastic cup on the back is to prevent pressure from when the 15-inch driver here has much larger diaphragm, so when this is pushing in and out, even though it's ported, it still will build some pressure inside the cabinet, and without this cup on the back of this squawker or mid-range, this tiny little diaphragm would actually get pushed. It'd push out against it. We don't want that. It'd basically almost make this act like a very small passive radiator. And so to prevent that, they put a cup on the back, or you just use a sealed back mid-range. But in any case, these are going to have to be reconnected. I'm going to reconnect both of them, so I don't think I need the other one, and if I don't, I can give it back to the owner working correctly and he can sell it. So, and this one, already tested, does not work at all. As you can see here, these ones, yep, definitely works. This one, nothing. Nada. And I've already taken the back cap off this one, and the wires are connected on the inside. I've tested it right down to the leads. I've even tested it right down to the leads that go right into the voice coil, and this thing is toasted. It's no good. So we're gonna see if we can get one of these reconnected back up. What I'm gonna do, because I want to resolder to the same point, I think I'm just gonna try and drill these out and poke the wire back through and resolder it. Get my strippers out here. Strip a little bit more wire free here. Oops. There we go. Let's see. My random drill bits I have left. Ones that aren't broken yet. Alright. Ooh, come on. Really should just be drilling through solder. Whoa, there we go. Alright, yep. So I'm going to hold on to it. And it's going to want to walk around a little bit. There we go. Okay. Let's kind of wring these out a little bit. Phillips. Little piece of solder stuck in there. Okay. I want to do, see if I can get ugh. If I can get that through there, like so. Oops, gotta go the other way. There we go. Just bend him over and hold him. And I hope you guys can see this because I can't tell. I just got the camera strapped to my head, so because I obviously got to have both my hands to do this. I'm just going to hold my finger over that one so it can't come back out. This one just does not want to go through. There we go. There. Now let's see if we can get those soldered back on. Where's my solder? There we go. Hopefully the solder sticks well. There we go. I want to put enough on there to make sure I plug the hole that I drilled, so outside air pressure can't get in there after I put them back together. So that should do on that one. Bring her over here. Make sure it's gonna. Yep. There we go. Whoop, whoopsies. Yeah, almost time for a drink. I got some back pocket from, I think, Coralville, Iowa. I don't remember. Back Pocket Brewery in Coralville, Iowa. Yeah, this is a citrus pilsner. It's really good. It's late. Yeah. Need something a little refreshing and relaxing. So that one's fine. I'll grab this and see if I can get a good reading on it. Cool. About 12.7 out of 15. If I remember right, that's about what the other one tested as. That off for now. Alright, now we need to get this back in there. The tough part is getting it so it doesn't want to wrap around the screw when you tighten the screw back up. Again, I don't know if you guys can see everything or not, but I apologize if you can't, or if you, whatever. Here, kind of get that tucked back in there the way it was, kind of keep it away from that screw in the middle. And plunger back down. Remember right, the leads on these correlate to the leads on the front of the cone. So I'm going to try and turn this a little bit. Oh, it does not want to turn. Okay, whatever. Oh, there we go. Nice and snug. And if you're wondering if that'll come back loose, there was, from the screw being removed before, the glue around the hole, or the resin, whatever, and there's some still on the thread. So those last few turns, you could tell it was on the thread, so it will still kind of act like a thread lock. So it shouldn't vibrate back loose at all. It should be just fine. Just debris on the front. And put it back in there so it's just like the other one. Get the 4 small screws that held it in there. Very carefully not to scratch anything. One of these screws is already, you can tell, has been kind of stripped out a bit. I believe whoever owned these before knew there was something wrong with them and maybe took them apart trying to fix them, because the woofer is also missing a screw. They kind of chewed this screw up a little bit, so you gotta be very careful not to make it worse. Okay. And they are dusty, but the owner, the guy I'm repairing these for, is going to take care of kind of cleaning up everything. I'm just doing a repair. Move this over out of the way. I keep these set on this piece of foam here so it doesn't get scratched up or damaged by any chance. Take that out. Put your tools away, kids. Alright, next thing. We're going to pull that crossover out. I don't know if you guys can see. Oop, I hit my camera. Somewhere down there, there's a resistor like that that's come undone. So we're going to have to see if we can fix them or resolder them. So next up, we're going to pull this guy out. Where'd my screwdriver go? There we go. Actually, with this, it's plastico. Take the smaller drill here. Set these here, or they won't get knocked on the floor. There. There. There we go. That over here out of the way. There we go. We're still connected to the woofer on this one, so I'm going to see if I can wiggle these guys off carefully. There's one. Probably do it with my right hand, it'll be a little easier. And 2. There we go. She's free. Alright, good. Before we start assessing what's wrong with this one, time for another swig. Alright. Flip it around here. And on the back here you can see Sansui SP3500 four-way 6 speakers. Dead spiders. Cobwebs. It's missing a dial, but I'm assuming he can find another one. Line, got these, I don't know, I guess you could say a little bit older style spring-loaded terminals that I'm not terribly fond of. Okay, right here. This guy. He looks okay as far as being a resistor, but he's come unsoldered. So I'm gonna set this little piece of plastic there. It was on his leg. And then we're gonna clean all these contacts too. Scoozy. And everything else, woofer contacts look okay. Surprisingly, the caps all look okay. They're still all secured quite well. No bulging. Nothing leaking out of any of them or whatnot. Inductors all seem okay. And if I can get a hold of another tester, I might do some further testing on some of this other stuff. But visually, it all looks, all the caps and inductors look fine. But we're going to see if we can take care of this guy. This one seems alright, but we're going to have to take the crossover out of its little holder here. Now, this guy right here. Yep, he came unsoldered. So, whew. Let's see if we can just loosen some of the existing solder up and see what's going on here. There's the other end of him. There we go. Like that. As soon as that solder softened up, pushed him right through. He reconnected. Get that extra piece off. And voila, he's, as far as I can tell, he's back in business. Pretty snug, so rattle. Ugh, man. Okay. This is the input, so let's see, do I have a Sharpie here? I know it says in negative. Alright. And for my own reference, I'm putting a plus there and a minus here. Even though there is, I guess there is a minus there. Yeah, but now that's taken care of. Start cleaning. Jeez. Peter went to sleep on me. Ugh. There we go. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see, but these connections are pretty dirty, as the other ones were. So get out the old X-Acto knife here. Push that out of the way. Get some light. Make any use of those screws. I can put him back together later. Okay. Try some of this too. Some electrical contact spray. Spray that on there and then it's like the other ones. It has contacts on the top and bottom. Yep, and it does. I don't know if you guys were able to see anything I was just doing. Hopefully you were. I'm kind of cleaning the disc up here where this guy makes contact. The whole range of its... Yep. Do the same thing for this one over here. And if you guys aren't interested in watching any of this stuff and you want to fast forward through the video, by all means, go ahead. Sometimes I leave these little boring parts in. Sometimes I don't. I'll cut them out, but yeah, otherwise, I mean, yeah, if you want to fast forward through any parts of my videos, I don't really care. Make sure he's making good contact still. Clean up the end of this one since he goes all the way to the end down here. And we gotta clean this guy. Everything I can do, where to go. Okay, since it didn't record it, this one that I was already scraping clean with the X-Acto knife here, what I was doing to clean in between these contacts in the disc here is you go around with your little piece of sandpaper, kind of wiggle it in between there, like that. And it'll clean the underside of that contact, and then right here, this piece right here, he jumps from these three on both sides as you turn this. To clean that, those contacts obviously same way. Get sandpaper in there like that, clean them. But then to clean the disc on that side, I flip sandpaper over so the coarse side is down and get it in between there. Do a little of that. As you can see, I've scraped this all clean where that makes contact and that all clean. All these points have been cleaned, scraped clean with this and the sandpaper. And just going to do the same thing on this one. You're going to clean all these points and then clean the disc here as that turns. It does make contact with this, so I'll have to clean that. But yeah, basically that's it. And once I get that done, we will, not the woofer because it doesn't go through the switches, but all these for the mids and the squawks and the squawkers and the tweeters and the horn here in the middle. We'll hook all that back up, put some audio into it, flip around, and see if it all works. Got these all worked out, cleaned up. Had to resolder this cap right here. This cap wasn't even connected, or it's not a cap, this resistor is not even connected anymore. Had to resolder it on this side. Seems to be working pretty good now. Okay, now I got all the contacts on these all cleaned up. The board was checked. On the other one, this resistor had to be resoldered, and I can't remember, one of these terminals also had to be resoldered. On this one, didn't have any of those issues, just had to clean this up. Everything else looks really good. So I got right here, got my audio source hooked up to it. That's the inputs. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook up each driver in the mid-high assembly here and make sure they all work. And then once I've made sure they all work, then we'll go through and check the dials. This is the mid-range and this is the high range. I don't know if you guys will be able to hear the difference on camera or not. It's clean, now to natural, and then soft. I'm going to start this over here. It's clean, natural, and soft. I can change in between all three modes with no crackling. And on the high end, that one, even sitting right here, I can barely tell the difference. Maybe if you go all the way from soft all the way up to clean, but between natural and clean and natural and soft, barely tell a difference. Main thing is it doesn't crackle or nothing. It's a clean switch over. Got a good connection. So next step is just to get it all put back in there. Okay. Alright, we got the 3 for the high end right here, and then the red and black here for the woofer. It's going to hang down right here. We got the woofer over there. Oh, let's see. Okay, what I did before is I found a box about the right height here to kind of set this assembly on, so I can go through and hook up all the components, because the wires aren't long enough to take it out and set it on the table. Hook these all back up. The only one that even in this method doesn't reach is the horn. But what we'll do is once we get the other ones hooked up, we'll kind of just tip it back and get it hooked up. So there. Now let's see positives on this left side. There we go. Okay. Get a couple screws put back in here. Hold it in place. Okay. That's back in. We get this out of the way. Oops. Got the woofer right here. You can see. I have to back this up a little bit. So in order to do this, we're going to have to lay the speaker on its back. Slide this out. I'm going to lay this down. That keeps the speaker propped up a bit. As you can see, so the knobs on the back and stuff aren't being pressed on at all. There we go. Let's see here. Make sure you guys can see. Here we go. This is a replacement. The original was blown or fried, whatever you want to call it, but it had no movement at all. It was pretty much solid. If you forced it to move, it just made a grinding sound, so it was pretty much toast. This one's in okay shape. I think it'll hold up alright. So, we'll use the switches on the back without any problems. No crackling. They're working properly. Alright, seems to be working. Let's go get them hooked up and play a song.